now. Whoops, sorry, I have it on the wrong overlay.
Okay, I'll share you a loss first. This one I'm gonna definitely want to ask you to help me about that. But there are I picked 3 of them. I'll play I think I'll play them today, and then there are some other losses. Either I didn't play well, or my damage roll or my tank roll didn't play well. So I don't have any I don't have any chance to to overcome or to overturn the gameplay, because all those games. In this section, I'm gonna show you all the support games.
All right.
Yeah, because although I said I finished the placement for the damage roll, I really suck at it. Especially the positioning, and yeah, because I found out the reason why I cannot aim well is because there's another reason is on my computer settings. I didn't set that the mark pretty well, so I can. I think that will be another reason, but I think I'm getting used to that right now, afterwards, because I play support role in League of Legends as well. That's why, I'm not that always used to kind of a hero that requires pretty high technical skills.
Mechanical skills.
Or maybe technical or mechanical skills. But sometimes it might take time for me to get used to that. So that's why I play support role pretty much. And I'm like a higher division plat for a support. I think I will prefer to play support if I'm on a competitive game. But those games are all quick games. So do you want me to share you right now, or?
Yeah, you can just give me the link and then I'll share screens.
Okay, so okay, let's see. So I pinned one game. It should be share, right? Share this code to let others import, right? Is that the way?
Yeah, so you're gonna. I don't know. I've never shared personally. So if you click on the one you want to share, it'll click share, and then you'll get a code, and then you just give me the code.
That code.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the code. All right. I DM you the code.
Okay. 1 second. I am now streaming Overwatch. Oh, wrong button. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Traveling to Eichenwald. Ready for battle.
Okay, and what's your in-game name?
Great. Q F6. I want on F6. Yeah.
Alright.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Do you have something to say?
I'm sorry. No.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And can you remind me, this was 2800 SR, right?
Yeah, 2800. 28. Yeah, 2850 or 2851 actually.
Okay.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Are there a lot of players above this rank, or most players are below?
So platinum and gold, I believe, are the average SR. So once you hit diamond, that is top 10%. Masters is.
So I'm nearly top 10%.
Yeah, so you're probably, if I had to give a number, like a top 15%. So
let me give you a background. I haven't played this game for 5 seasons.
All right. So is this your first season back?
Yeah, this is my first season back. I haven't played this for 5 competitive seasons.
Okay.
So because study all this exam stuff, I'm focused on my study on my college. So
and were you higher or lower then?
I was higher before. I was so before I played this game, my friend played some of it, and then I played for some seasons. When he's quit playing this game, he gave his account to me, and then I played for before this season. I'll play Mm, uh, 2 or 3 seasons, I think. And I think I found out I can get into this game pretty quick, and I reached and on season 15 I reached diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then besides that, within like let's say like the past week, how consistently have you been playing?
For the past weeks.
Yeah, so like the past couple of weeks, let's just go like by weekend average, like week average. Do you play daily? Do you play a couple times a week?
Not quite daily, because this all the school stuff going on, and then we're just starting spring break and all this stuff.
Okay.
And then there are a lot of things going on in the world right now. So, everything would make me not say crazy, but there are a lot of things to deal with.
Okay.
So not say daily, and even though during my normal school time, it will be depending if I have time. I might log in daily, but I don't necessarily play a lot daily. Sometimes during weekends, I'll play like every day on weekends, but it all depends on how busy that week will be.
Okay.
But for these 2 weeks, I think daily, yes, because I'm having a break right now.
I will draw the strength from your body.
Yeah, so your diva is definitely way too close there. There's no reason for her to be pushed this far forward. You can of course get in the orb off, but you probably want to immediately be backing.
Okay.
I will draw the
But
strength
yeah,
from your
that it was a
body.
good decision to stay to just heal your diva out. Now, I know this is common at this rank because I coach a lot, but typically, where you're gonna want to be holding is right here, because at
Okay.
this corner, because when you hold the choke,
Mhm.
I kind of the way that I describe it is chokes are meant to funnel the enemy team,
Okay.
and when you don't let them walk through that, which where you're
Mhm.
positioned right now, they're not. Look at where they're positioned; they're not walking through that choke.
Mhm.
Um, Therefore, the choke gets no value because you're basically pushed so far forward that they're not even able to walk through it, and they're forced to not to just stay back, which is
Mhm.
actually better for them because
Yeah.
now they're not funneling through the choke. So you're defeating the purpose of the choke by being holding next to the choke. You want to hold back from the choke. So
Okay.
holding this corner has better positional advantage because
Mhm.
either they go right side, and right side, you have again better positional advantage because they have to push past tinier chokes, 2 tiny chokes,
Mhm.
and 1 long narrow choke. And then if they try to push in main, then they have to walk down a long pathway, which allows you to spam them. But holding
Okay.
here means that you're basically on even footing positioning wise, and you don't
Mhm.
want to have evening positioning because that's kind of not how it's supposed to work. Defense is supposed to have the better positioning, and offense is
Okay.
supposed to have the closer spawns.
Okay. So that means you don't necessarily always stay close with your team, but it's better to stay that in a better position that you can help your
Well,
team from any angle.
if your team's holding here, then I'd hold here. But what I would say, so do you typically talk in team chat?
I'm sorry.
Do you typically talk in team chat?
Um, Not always. Like
Okay.
sometimes I open team chat because if anyone say something, I would typically open my mic, but not quite often on these quick games.
Okay, so I would recommend. Oh, did you say this is a quick play game?
This is a quick play game, yeah.
Okay. Do you typically play competitive or do you just play quick play?
Uh, it depends on how. It depends on my status. I think if I'm feeling well, I'll play competitive. If I'm feeling not that okay, I'm like playing quick games.
Okay.
Or it depends on how much time I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna be evaluating this as if it's competitive. So in competitive,
Uh huh.
you would ask your team to back up. Just say, "Hey guys, hold this corner," rather than holding it
Okay.
there.
Cool.
So before
Yeah.
the round starts,
Yeah.
just say that.
Okay. Yeah. You can analyze as a competitive so that I can get more experience on when I play competitive. Then. Cool.
Okay, so when you're healing, number one thing is just look at their health bar because sometimes people aren't going to need a lot of healing, and you as Moira actually have a, since when you tap people with healing, there's a heal over time effect. So if
Mhm.
people are mostly full on their health, you just tap them and they're good. Because it'll keep healing them over time. So watch you leave a
Oh,
health
okay.
bar here. So
Mhm.
one you can she's a little bit low, so you can maybe hold it on her for like 2 seconds, and then you should be done like right now. Like that you just cut it off and then you go back to damaging, because now that little sliver of health is just going to heal up over time and you can focus up
Okay.
on something else, and that's also going to preserve your resource meter because now you're not wasting it. The only time that
Okay.
you should, like, once you basically you hard heal until a certain threshold where you know that, and you'll get that over time, but that last little sliver will just heal automatically and you don't have to worry about
Mhm.
that. So the other thing that comes with this ability with Moira's heal over time effect is that you can just tap heal. So once in a while, you just tap your team, and then they'll get that heal over time effect, so that any little poke damage that they've taken just heals up. So that way, you don't really need to focus on healing a
Okay.
insane amount of time. So here,
Cool.
she gets hooked. So now, of course, you do need to focus more on the healing.
Got you good as new.
It looks like she went out of your. You had to walk through your Orisa, so you lost LOS. Adjust behind her, since there's kind of that delay with her. I'd say her healing's almost like a projectile. So make sure it's going behind her a little bit. Because if
Okay.
she's moving back, you want it to be moving back too. Um, So again, you don't need to heal her up till she's full. Heal her up till that sliver, and then be done. Because now that's gonna save you a little bit on your resource meter, and it means that you're not
Okay.
hard focusing her. Other thing is, you don't have to step this close to her, because now you're stepping into poor positioning. To heal her up when you can heal her the same amount from a safe distance behind your Orisa shield.
Mhm.
So you step forward in front of your Orisa shield, which might be a little bit dangerous when it's not needed.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind as well.
All right. Sure.
Get into position.
Be very careful when coming up here. You can, if you know that you're throwing an orb down in there, you don't, because you know that it bounces and stuff, things like that. You can just throw it from here, because right now you can see if you want to throw it main, you can throw it main from here, and if you want to throw it in that room, you can still bounce it off the walls and throw it in that room from here. So you actually push forward a little bit too far to throw this orb, which means that now you're in danger of getting hooked by Hog,
Okay. Yeah.
which he misses. But you always want to play as if you're playing against better players. You're playing with better
Right.
players. So
Right. Right.
if this was a Master's Hog, he's more likely to hit that hook, which results in you dying. So just because a mistake wasn't punished doesn't mean it's not a mistake.
Yeah.
That was still a mistake in positioning, and even though the Hog didn't punish it with that hook, you still could
Yeah.
have potentially died there. So make sure you're not pushing forward just to get that orb off. You peek a tiny little bit, you throw that orb, and then you back up.
Cool.
And then again here, you're holding really far forward. Make sure that you're paying attention to where your wrist is at, so that you're behind your shield. Make sure that you're paying attention to your diva when she's low like this.
I
That was a
will
little bit
rebuild you.
delayed with the healing on her. You see her critical for a good couple seconds.
I will rebuild you.
Okay.
Okay, so at this
I
point,
need to recharge.
you have coalescence, but you basically have no resource. So your main goal is going to be getting it back up, getting a resource meter back up.
Mhm.
And then the other thing you need to take into account is that you shouldn't be throwing damage orbs. One, because you have your ultimate, so you don't need that ult charge anymore, and then you also don't have any resource meter, so you need that healing orb.
Yeah.
So you do throw another damage orb, which probably isn't the smartest decision in this situation. So the kind of
Wait.
go
So
ahead.
so that damage orb is or is not a smart
Is
decision?
not. So
Okay.
because you don't have any resource meter, and you
Okay.
also have your ultimate already, that damage orb
Oh.
doesn't really do
Okay.
anything but
Oh,
feed them
so
ult
that
charge.
means okay. So you're expecting that if I'm out of a resource meter, in this case, I should save that E for a healing instead of a
Yes.
damage.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And then also because
Okay.
you already have your ultimate,
Yeah.
that's just giving them support ult charge. You can throw a damage orb right before you ult, but unless you're throwing it right before you ult, or you're using it to burst down a target, I wouldn't use damage orbs once you have your ultimate. So
Okay.
You can throw damage orb and then ult right afterwards, or you can throw it if you're dueling somebody. But besides that, just try to stick to healing orbs while you have coalescence up.
Okay.
To my will.
Okay, so you do ult from here. You secure a kill, but I probably would have let them come in further because if you
Surrender to my will.
while you're ulting right now, they're all next to cover, which you're gonna see in a second. They all just duck behind cover, and then you only kill the Hanzo because he stays there. He tries to get a couple shots off, which again, trying to look at this in terms of the better Hanzo will back up seeing that you're coalescing. So make sure that you're letting them aggress a little bit more before you're using that coalescence. Other thing you're gonna be looking for is to line up coalescence. So
Yeah, I'm trying to find that moment, but I didn't find that moment actually.
I will allow none to stand in the way of progress. This is my will.
pay attention to health.
Yeah.
Diva over on the right. You need to be making your way over to her. Again, we're out of resource, so that means that you're just using it a little too liberally. Or so that's gonna mean one of two things. One, you're using it too liberally, which you are, being that you're not tap healing or um you're not stopping at a certain point, which means that you're gonna be using too much of your resources. And then
Hmm.
the other thing is that you might not be right clicking enough, which is gonna mean they're not getting enough damage. There that fade went like 2 inches forward. Don't use that because now you're up here without a fade. You don't want to be forward here without a fade because now you don't have a backup.
Okay.
That's a fine orb because in this situation, this is just kind of poke phase because they're walking back from spawn. You don't actually need a healing orb yet. So that's a fine situation to use the damage orb. So you're just getting ult charge off of that.
Not ready. Restoring you.
Yeah, I think
Not ready.
I think that time I used a lot of resource for healing will make this demon die this time. If I
Yeah.
saved some of her resource, she would have healed.
Yes, if
more.
you had better resource management, then she would have survived there.
Okay.
So now Orissa's low too. You look at
Yeah,
Good.
I'm out of resource as well this time.
So this whole part right here, you look at you kind of chill and do nothing for a couple seconds while you're at 0 resource meter. This needs to be time where you're charging up your resource. So look, you're out of resource. Your Orisa places on a shield. You're doing nothing right now. You're just sitting there. Where you should be pushed up to the Orisa shield and trying to right click them because you do right click here in a second here. And then you throw it again, throw a damage orb while you don't have any resource. You want to be saving onto that damage orb. So right now, you need to be right clicking more to get more damage in, and that's going to give you more ultimate charge. It's going to get your resource back up. So don't be afraid to be damage Moira in certain scenarios. Like she's about 50-50 with damage and healing. You need to make sure that you have a balance of both. And right now, I'd say you're not damaging enough. And
Okay.
then you're using your damage orbs in sometimes wrong scenarios.
Okay.
Because now again, for the third time, you're 0 on your resource meter.
I require
Your
assistance.
Orisa dies, so now both your tanks have died because you didn't have proper resource management.
Power of destruction.
Okay, this is my problem. I think I didn't notice that bomb. So that's one of my problem on this one. Because the tracer is there, and of course I don't know if she if she have her already, but I was like, my first intent at that moment was trying to right click and get some of my resource back. Also, like, not say heal myself, but get some damage on her, because she is not that high on HP, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what should I do in a competitive game in this situation where a damage, like let's say a damage like a soldier or a tracer is right, not say next to me, or maybe on a room or on a on a space pretty close to me, but it's not on a pretty wide area. Just like the situation like a couple seconds ago.
So are you asking if you should duel that?
Yeah, if I should do that, or I should back up with my team and
So
then
it depends on
wait for them.
it depends on the scenario. So it's gonna depend on, do they have assistance and do you have assistance? Because that's gonna be like favorable duels. So if they have a teammate with them, then it's might not, and you don't have any teammates with you to take that duel, then they have the advantage. You don't want to take the duel. If you're in the same way, if you have somebody with you, then you probably will want to take that duel. And if it's neutral, if it's even, you have to take into account, is my team good behind me? So like at this point, like where you're deciding whether or not to go on the tracer here, um you need to be looking around you. Does anybody need healing? Which you didn't do a glance around. You didn't see, is anybody critical before you went on the tracer? So this whole time you're kind of tunnel visioning on the tracer, where you're not taking into account what's happening to the rest of your team, which you need to be doing. And if your whole team's good, then go ahead and take the duel. But if your team needs help, then don't take the duel.
Okay.
Yep, because you can very easily win that duel as long as your team's okay during it.
Okay.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
So I'm gonna
Objective
Yeah, I think I don't need to do this right now because I'm afraid that they will lose. They will lose a lot of HP pretty fast.
but watch their health. Watch this. Watch the
When faced
who's
with a
there
setback,
and
we must
dueling
challenge
them.
our assumptions.
So
Objective
one, you're
lost.
too far away. Watch the
Stop
distance.
the payload.
You're nowhere close to them for this entire time that you're left clicking.
Okay.
So you're wasting this resource. And then the other thing is, you need to pay attention to, like, watch for bullets and stuff. Like, you don't see anything coming towards them. You don't see their health dipping. You maybe see one tracer in there. You see a Zarya on your left.
Yeah.
Both tanks are full. They're both standing behind shields. There's no bullets coming to the shield. So neither of them are in danger, because if you use your eyes and you kind of look at the status of the fight, then you know that they don't need healing, and you're out of range. Now you're in range, but you just wasted half of your resource meter out of range and when it wasn't necessary. And so you just wasted a lot of your resource meter for pretty much nothing. Again, that's on air. Make sure that you're keeping track of your resource meter and you're not wasting your left clicks. You just kind of swirled that up out in the air there.
Allow me.
Okay.
Again, so look for something to be right clicking rather than just holding
Allow
it
me.
down. So watch how lazy this is. So you come in here. You start right clicking Larissa. And then look at this little swirl of your left click. What's that on? Okay, and then watch this right click in a second here. Okay. What's that right click on?
Oh yeah, nothing.
Yeah. And then while this Doomfist is coming around the corner here, what's this left click on? In a second. Okay, you're healing. Now what are you healing? What are you healing? Alright, so you're really, during this whole time, one, you're wasting resources, but then you're also being unproductive. You're not doing anything. You're spending time either left clicking or right clicking air and not really doing anything with your time.
Okay.
So be faster with things. Make sure that you're doing the right things. So that's going to be, rather than aiming through the wall at him and tracking him with that, aim to the doorway. That's called good crosshair placement. You're gonna aim where you know he's gonna be. He's gonna be on the right
Okay.
side, so you're gonna aim there already. You can't shoot him through the wall, so aim at the doorway. So that way you're healing him faster and you're not wasting resource meter. And then the other thing is going to be right clicking. So when you're right clicking here, look for something to shoot at, rather than just holding it down and hoping you hit something. There's a Hanzo on the left. He's out of your range, but at this point right now, there's really nothing you can be doing. So it just kind of looks like you should be looking for something else to be doing rather than just right clicking if nobody's in your right click range.
Okay.
Okay. Again, holding it down too long. Don't stare at people, because when you're staring at people, then you're not taking in what's happening around you. So your diva's gonna die here in a second or get demexed in here in a second. So so at this point, at that health, Doomfist no longer needs hard healing. He's just gonna heal up on his own. Right now, you should be turning to your left because you heard
Okay.
a hook, and then also to just turn around, do a 360 so that you can see what's happening with your team, because you don't know what's happening with your team right now. And then you stare at him too long, and then Diva gets demeched. You stare at him for an extra 2 seconds, and in that time you had orb, you had your coalescence. So in that time you could have burst healed and kept your diva alive, rather than having her get demeched. So make sure that you're paying attention to your surroundings. You're paying, not just tunnel visioning on one thing. So just turn around a few like more often. Don't tunnel vision on one target. Don't stare at one target.
Moving behind my body. Enemies found. Preparing to engage. Behind my body.
Science saves the
Again,
day.
when you're left clicking, watch health. So at the health that they're currently at, Alris has a sliver, Baptiste has a sliver. You tap them once, you look away. You're done.
Okay.
You tap them. You tap, just like doop, tap, and then you're done. Now they're completely done.
So in
Okay.
this case, I can left
Science
shift and then
saves the
heal
day.
him, or I
Again.
just walk to him and heal him without
Yep.
using left
So
shift.
yeah, you just walk to him, stop the healing while you're walking up to him. You're wasting a lot of resource during that whole process while you're just holding it down. So be a little bit more liberal with it. You're holding it down a lot. Or sorry, be less liberal with it. Sorry, I used that term wrong. It's just hold it. Don't hold it down as much, because
Yeah,
look
because
at
I was thinking,
even right now.
I was thinking it needs like pretty consistent left click healing in order to heal that much.
Mm.
I was always thinking about that. So
Even
Science
at
saves
that
the
health,
day.
the fight's done.
Again.
You can tap heal him up, and then you're still wasting less resource meter.
okay.
So I kind of want to go through this real quick. So like, for example, I'm just gonna leave this real quick. I'm just gonna go to practice range. So, with Moira,
Science
we're
will
gonna hold
reveal
this
the
down and look how
truth.
fast this goes down. But if we tap, look how much less comes out of it. But you still get that heal over time effect. So we can heal them up. We can tap heal. So we get that heal over
Injured
time.
Again.
They're still healing. But we're using so little resource because we're just tap healing. And then we still get the heal over time effect, which is keeping them alive.
Okay.
So we're just gonna tap them. Now, of course, if they're fighting, if they're in the middle of a fight and they're low, then we hold it down on them. But once they reach that limit, then we heal them up. And then if we're not in the middle of a fight, we can just tap them up, because then we're saving resource on a resource meter. And remember, again, same thing with your coalescence, is you're gonna be lining people up when you heal. So stand in, instead of going do like that, you can just stand on the side and heal them up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So we can go back to the VOD. Where's the imported one? Wait, which one are we going? Oh, here it is.
Traveling.
Wait.
Upgrade.
Oh, so you got a lot more important ones. So there are more than 10 replays, right?
Yeah, so if you have imported ones, I have other imported ones from other people I've coached.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
you can pin to have more than 10 as well.
Okay.
Okay, so you win this fight, you come over here, we're wasting resources, and then even after you heal him up, watch his health, he's full, and then you still heal him. And then again, so you can see it yourself, just how much you've wasted after this fight's done, whereas you could have ended this fight and healed everyone up, and maybe been down like, I don't know, can you see my mouse or no?
I'm sorry.
Can you see my mouse in game?
Uh,
No.
I think can you swing your mouse actually like
I am. Can you see it or no?
I think I cannot.
You can't. Okay. Well, you'd be.
I think I cannot actually.
Yeah, it's fine. So basically, all I'm saying is that you could have finished this fight,
With
healed
half,
everyone up, and
with half,
no, with
half of the resource.
with just a sliver of the resource.
Oh,
Because it regens over time, and if you just tap heal everyone up after that fight's done, then you just have a sliver down.
okay.
You have maybe like an eighth of it.
Oh,
But you basically went down your entire meter when you could have done that with an eighth of your meter if you just tap healed.
See through the
I am ready to unleash coalescence.
Please team up for special attack.
Preparing the damage.
Okay, she recalled, and again, you're still looking over there. Listen for the audio cues. Watch out for it. She's back over here. You're looking behind you a little too often, or too much there. That's gonna be an awareness thing. Right
mhm.
now, I think you're a little too far forward. Yeah, you're good now. This position's fine because now your tanks are ahead of you. But where you were at a couple seconds before, and I've seen that a lot so far, is you're ahead of your entire team, which is going to mean that that's going to cut back onto your awareness and put you out of
Oh,
positioning. So now you're
okay.
not going to know what's going on with your team, and it's also going to mean that you're ahead of your tanks, which is mean it's going to be easier for you to die.
Okay.
But now you're fine. Again, line up as many people as possible in this. So rather than just pulling here, move to the left. So now you're getting both Orisa, Baptiste, and their team in it, which is going to mean that you're healing and damaging at the same time. And a tip with Coalescence is even if you just want to anchor with one person, so if you stand right behind this Orisa, you can rotate around the Orisa and hit a lot of different people, but then still be healing the Orisa. So you can just rotate around somebody and still be healing them. So if you do that a little bit, when people are critical on your team, it's probably smarter to throw healing orbs. Just if they're critical, otherwise damage orbs are fine. But in this scenario, I probably would have thrown a healing orb because we're so far away from the Baptiste.
Yeah.
Now Bap's dead. We're a little too focused on the Tracer there. Rather than trying to duel her, we need to be healing our team. And then really, because it's fine if you tap her to keep her at bay, but you go over to her like you're trying to win that fight. You walk towards her, and then you die. So it's fine if you're just trying to get that resource meter up, but then you walk towards her, and then that ends up killing you. So stay safer. Focus on prioritize healing your team there, because they're all low. Coming back into the fight.
Touch from afar.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Watch health. Watch health. Watch health.
Okay. Yeah.
You have so. I'm just gonna make sure real quick. Do you have Overwatch open or do you have?
Yeah. I have Overwatch. I have Overwatch open.
Okay, I have Steam opening for some reason. 1 second. Let's not this. Can you go to your controls real quick?
Yeah. Controls.
So go down to hero.
Hero. Yeah.
Go to allied health bars
Yeah.
and make sure that says always.
It is always.
Okay, well then you should be able to see health bars. So
Yeah.
make sure that you're paying attention to them. You're not wasting healing when you see people are full. Pay attention to that so that you're not over healing, because that's going to be doing two things. That's going to mean that 1, you're not wasting healing, and then 2, you're not wasting time, because you're wasting both healing and time doing that. You could have been damaging other people. You could have been looking around to heal other people. You could have been doing anything else that's not just wasting healing. So by doing that, you're basically going negative in 2 different areas. Okay, it's fine. You're healing Monkey up. Okay, now you're stopping. Okay, now you're keeping going.
This is going to hurt.
the monkey is
Not yet.
keep taking damage this time. So I
I'm just saying.
hard healed him. Yeah.
Yeah, there could have been a pause though at one point here. So look, okay, so you're healing him up. You heal him. You heal him. Okay, right here, we're stopping. We stop because
Okay.
now look at his health. That's just gonna charge back up. So like right here, we're pretty much done. We just stop hard healing,
Uh-huh.
and then, but look, you just keep holding it, and then right here, and then we can keep going.
This is going to hurt.
Okay.
So there's just that, even just that sliver needs to be fixed, and then he gets. When does he get purple here? Oh, he gets purple right here. You didn't watch the purple because he actually got purple there, and then you wasted that last little eighth.
That Anna healing band, right? Like that
Yep.
purple thing. Yeah.
Yep. So now
I cast this forth.
2 things here. First off, no damage orb while you're one, you're 90 HP, so you need that healing orb to heal yourself up. But then also you don't have resource, so what you could have done is waited in that room with Monkey and then healed both of you up with the heal orb.
Okay.
And then you also died because you peeked there. So, keep going. So
This will restore you.
Огонь по готовности.
you have fade out of it. Now, of course, I meant that more at this point. As soon as they use grab right here, and you're in it, you do not know that they're about to dedicate 3 ultimates to this. They're about to use grab, dragon, and whole hog, which is gonna blow up your team. But at this split instant right now, you don't know that, and you need to be fading. Because if you fade out of this, then that allows you to have a very clear stance from where you can heal your entire team, and then even get your 90 to coalescence. You can even get a coalescence off and heal your entire team from without taking damage. But instead, you get insta melted here, which of course your entire team did. You got naded, and then they used 2 ultimates, and they also used nano. But in that split second when they initially used grab, your first reaction should be to press shift. Even if you don't have shift up, you should just your reaction should be to press shift. That should be a reaction that you get.
Okay.
And then if you don't have shift, then you glance at your shift bar and see what it's at.
Okay.
Gravity kills. Team.
Okay, Hanzo gets 2, but I don't know if we can touch this. Oh, you do touch actually. So let's go back a little bit.
Surrender. My will.
My will made real. I'm on fire. All evidence supports this claim.
Your turns seem a little bit slow. Do you have either a very low sensitivity or a small mouse pad?
I'm using a Logitech. Like sometimes I'm not that much used to that fast camera moves, so I turn that to a pretty slow one because let's see. I'll try like my sensitivity for mouse is 15, and for the
DPI?
yeah, that'll be 15 for sensitivity, and then
Wait, so your DPI is on 15?
yeah, the sensitivity.
That's very insanely low. That's like mine's at 1200 right now. Are you talking about in-game sensitivity or DPI as in dots per inches, which is going to be your mouse sensitivity? So outside of game.
The in-game.
Okay, so the in-game, yeah, that's really high, not really low. Okay, so do you know what your DPI is at?
How can I check that?
I don't know if I know how to check that.
Yeah,
you can check it if you have.
A lot of people talk to me about that, but I don't know where to check that.
You can. Do you have? You say you have the Logitech. Do you have like a Logitech like app downloaded, or not app, but like you can check it on when in your like settings on. Because I use a Razer Death Adder, so I can check it on the.
Oh, I have a Razer. I have a Razer keyboard instead of a Razer mouse.
Yeah, but there's something called Razer Snaps where you can alter like settings like colors and stuff, but then you can also alter DPI. So that's where you can check it. I mean, doesn't really matter, but like
Wait,
just
it
you're
says
making
device DPI set to 24,000. What's
24/7.
that?
So that's again really high. So 24,000. I have. Wait, you said 24,000 or 2,400?
2400. Sorry.
Okay. 2,400. I have mine on 1,200, and then an in-game
Okay.
of 3. So, but I still make much faster turns than you. Do you have a very small mouse pad?
Okay. Yeah. So it should be rate 10,000 milliseconds. DPI speeds. Okay, I found it. I have a Logitech G Hub. So I'm at 24,000 right now.
Yeah. So,
I,
and then you said you have an
I
in-game
can,
of 15.
yeah. I can turn into.
So what I'm asking is, do you have a very small mouse pad? Do you do just like tiny little wrist movements?
I don't have a mouse pad right now. I'm just using it with
Yeah.
my table.
Okay.
Like I don't have a mouse pad on my table. Maybe I consider buy one, but I don't have a mouse pad on my table right now.
So when you aim, do you just do tiny little movements with your wrist, or do you use your entire arm?
It all depends on the angle I'm moving. Sometimes I use my wrist. Sometimes I use my arm.
Okay.
Like but for most of the times, yeah, I think I use my wrist more because
Alright.
I want to I'm putting my wrist normally on top of my table instead of swinging it on the air. I tip more likely to put my wrist on the table,
Yeah.
as something like a lever point,
Mhm.
and then I use my wrist
So,
to control it.
Basically,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, basically, like, all I'm saying here is that throughout all of what I've seen so far, you make insanely slow movements, and that's going to lower your
Heavy
awareness,
damage.
one, because you're not checking corners, you're not doing 360s to see what's around you, but then it's also going to affect your aim if you're just watching kind of like this whole time here. Watch, like, kind of the tracking where you're trying to track the hog here. Like, hog's pretty fat, but then that was pretty slow trying to track that. And it's really choppy as well. So I honestly would get a mouse pad and then lower it by a lot. Get a decently big mouse pad. I think you can get like $10, maybe something like that for a decently sized one.
Yeah.
And then you lower it and then use your arm rather than your wrist. The other thing that helps with is if you play games regularly, but even if you just use your computer a lot, that'll help with carpal tunnel. Developing your wrist. I don't know how often you use computer if you have that for like any job or anything, but um, that's something else that'll help with. Me personally, I used to use my wrist all the time, and then I swapped arm aiming, which helped a lot because I started to develop carpal tunnel, which is gonna be like a pinched nerve in your wrist. Overall, if you lower your sensitivity by a lot and up it, you'll have more precise movement, you'll have faster movement, and
My
then
will
you'll
made
have
real.
just more awareness overall.
Get into position.
Okay, I
Heavy
know why.
damage.
Because my mouse have a couple extra buttons on the side, which I don't know why. By default, it says to change the DPI. So I
Yeah.
think sometimes if I misclick that, my mouse is changing DPI all the time without letting me know.
Oh, okay, mine has that too, but it's on the top, and then I can set it so that there's only 2 options. So if check your settings to see if there's, because you can actually just turn that off completely.
Yeah.
So I just turn that off or turn it so that's only like one of 2, like really high or really low, and then you can just tell
Mhm.
if it's up. Because like if it's the only time I'll ever use the really high option is just when I'm messing around, and I'm doing like I have it on like a really, so and you can't see it, but I have it at 1200, and then I have it
Mhm.
at 1600, or 16,000. Sorry. So I've at 1200 and the 16,000. So my mouse is gonna be swinging around. So I'll just do maybe like 360s on Lucio, and that just looks really funny. That's the only time I use it. And I would just recommend turning it off, really, just so that you're not,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
just so you're not accidentally messing that up.
Right. I think I might change those settings later on.
Mm. No.
Yeah, that my friends talk to me about that pretty often. I just didn't know where to change those settings, so it
Yeah.
made me kind of confusing.
How about a little extra here?
And I
need
think
to
I should,
recharge.
if I make the screen move faster, I probably see who is damaging that diva, because I can see someone's damaging the diva, because as I'm healing her, she is still critical, because someone's keep damaging her.
Well, that doesn't really come from turning around, because if you watch this, look, if you just watch, you see Hanzo arrows, you
Yeah.
see, and this doesn't require you to turn at all. This just comes from while you're healing. You see Ana shots, Hanzo arrows, and you just look at that. So she's just being damaged from poke. It wasn't really
need to
you
recharge.
didn't have to turn for anything.
Okay.
You can just see that from what's hitting her.
Okay.
This will heal you.
So
Use
just
it
train yourself to
again.
look for things like that, because that also becomes really important for if you
Right.
see a Hanzo arrow coming from behind you, going in front of you. So if you see that a Hanzo arrow hit this diva from the back right now, that means that there's a Hanzo behind you, just from like kind of, I don't even know, geometry. You know that the Hanzo arrow is coming from behind you, so that's gonna up your awareness if you're looking for that, because
Mhm.
now you know that there's somebody behind you. Say in the same way that
Right.
you can listen for directional. So if you know that you can know that somebody's behind you because they're shooting at you, and you hear from the side from behind. You also, when people are shooting at you, I'm gonna see if I can catch this, but
Help me.
um
This is
I'm trying to find where. Let's see if I can try to find a example of this. What I'm looking
I'm
for,
not dead yet.
but
Wait for it.
Allow me to repair the damage.
a lot of the time you just kind of throw your orbs down a hallway, kind of look to more disciplinedly throw your arms. Like for example here, rather than throwing it down this hallway, which look in a second here, it's gonna um not be healing anything. It's just gonna go towards the enemies, and then look, it's not gonna get any value. Look, you see it now where it's at.
okay.
Instead, you throw into the corner or the left. You throw it on the left more, and then it's still healing your team. So when you're trying to throw heal orbs, try to bounce it off nearby objects, because then it's going to come back towards them. So let's say, for example, you bounce it off the left wall here. It's going to be healing your team, bounce back, keep healing your team. Whereas where you threw it, it basically healed nothing, because now it's gone. You could also have thrown it just like in that left room where your Diva and Reaper are, but to your left would have probably been the best. Now Bap's one.
Let them up.
Again, you're just kind of holding it down rather than, which is fine in certain scenarios. But look at health, and you're just keep holding down, keep holding down. Okay, now you're done.
Not ready.
Get in the
Yeah,
immortality
the
field.
turning just seems really choppy to me, even when you do
Mhm.
turn, and you don't turn a lot. So I would recommend looking into something like that. And
Okay.
if you want to, maybe next time, if you once you get a mouse pad, we can maybe like next week or so, we can go over how to find the right sensitivities and stuff like that.
Yeah, because different people might have different
Sensitivity preferences,
hardware, like hardwares. I think does that matter with the hardware?
hardware, yeah,
About like
because
the graphics, like the graphic card and how the hardware.
for sensitivity,
Yeah.
no, I do not believe so.
What about for this? What about for the turning? You said that the screen turning looks kind of choppy.
That I felt like was more. I don't think that was necessarily okay. So what you're saying is that that's just your computer
Like
making
yeah,
that. So when you're
Allow me.
like I'm saying, does that
From afar.
matter with the difference on
All better.
the hardware you're installing on your computer?
I don't believe so. So when you turn in game, does it lag you?
No.
No. Well then, yeah, that choppy aim just came from like
Oh, I think I know one reason. Because I think it's because I'm living in an apartment, so I think I put my the a lot of the cords pretty close together. So I think one of my mouse, the mouse cable is kind of tangled on close to the mouse, the mouse end on my end. I think that tangle makes me sometimes harder to move the mouse. Okay, I think that's one of the
Okay.
reasons.
Well, then I just clear it out. Then make sure that there's something else touching the cable.
Okay, yeah, I might clear that out though.
Okay,
I
again.
need to recharge.
Okay, just watch this process real quick. You're gonna heal nothing. Okay, you're gonna healing nothing. Everyone's full. And then you're gonna try to heal this monkey through a wall.
I need to recharge.
Okay.
So we got that. Moira doesn't heal through wall. Okay, let's try not to do that anymore.
Injured again. This is my will. Surrender to my will.
Okay, Anna's. Keep your eyes open. Don't tunnel vision on one target. Look at Anna's health here.
Surrender to my
And
will.
Anna's. You also want to be focusing this Anna not like when she's right here, not when she's running away, but even when she's running away. Look at her health. Right now she's half, and she's in the middle of your team, and then she's one. You even look at her for a second. Look, you swing towards her and you look at her. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a little bit of fun with this. Look, you look at her and you start shooting her, and then you turn back to the diva. Right now she's 1 HP. Look at her for half a second and she dies. Alright?
Okay.
Sorry if I'm laughing, it's a little bit comedic. So, okay.
Get into position.
Okay. Heal the monkey up. Remember, just tap healing when the fight's done. Try not to be holding that down anymore. Right-clicking here, that's fine. I mean, this is completely fine right now. Just make sure you're watching the deepest health because she's crit now. Okay, healing her up. It's fine. Stop when she's around here.
Okay.
Will not be denied.
Holding it down, holding it down, holding it down, holding it down.
Not yet.
Okay, when you're on that monkey, that was fine, but while you're walking up to the monkey, you want to stop that because now you're at your resources again. Okay. Fade. Okay, this has happened. I'm gonna say twice for the pulse bomb and then once for the grab, but you're not using fade when you're having life-threatening abilities happening to you. That should be a reflex of just shift because Tracer pulsed me,
Okay.
or even shift because Tracer's looking at me. Right now you hear the Tracer behind you. You're 98 HP. You're stuck. I don't even know. You're stuck. Oh, this is what I want to show you. Look at your crosshair right now. You see the red markers right next to your crosshair?
The warning sign?
Yeah, yep, or not the warning sign, the little red I don't even know what to call this.
Yes, that's like show you
Which direction damage is coming from.
Yeah.
So watch, like there's so many cues that will show you in game when people are on flanks. So when a tracer's shooting at you, it'll show the direction of the pulse bomb. It'll show those damage directions. You'll hear her. You'll see pelts coming at you from the side. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Immediately right now, you're 15 HP. You have a pulse bomb on you. Shift. Go towards your Baptiste. You have an orb. As soon as you come out of shift, throw your healing orb, and then you possibly live through that. Besides that, your team pretty much died. So even if you made it out, I would have just told you to die anyways. In that situation, since everyone died.
That changes my thinking. This will heal you.
Again, look at where you're right-clicking. You're not right-clicking anything. Look for something to right-click rather than right-clicking the cart.
I require assistance. Your strength.
Yeah, I think I left ship and dodged the enemy mech explosion.
Yeah, that was good. That was fine. You're pushing aggressive. This is a fine move. You almost have coalescence. You're going in with your tanks on a dive. Now you're close enough to heal them and damage with them. So once you fade in here, I want you to throw a orb. It's on 3 seconds. So I want you to be paying more attention to your ability cooldown times. So when you see it's on
Yeah.
3 seconds here, what you can do is just spam shift when you know it's close, and then that way you get it as soon as it comes up.
Okay.
Or not shift, what is it on? E. You just spam E.
I require
Okay, so now you're
assistance.
here in 2 seconds.
Your
Right now you have
strength
orb.
fades.
You want to be using your damage orb here. Or actually, where's your monkey go? I think your monkey's behind you. You need to be paying attention to where your monkey's at. Because right now monkey's 1 HP.
I
And
require
he's in need of
assistance.
healing. You saw him through the wall there, and now you're not looking for him. So monkey needs to be healed. But even if you don't, if you just don't see that he needs healing, let's just hypothetically say you have no clue that monkey's there, or of course you have no clue the monkey's there. But you're gonna be using this orb
Your
to damage the
strength
Ana. You just need to be
fades.
using your orb for something here, because now you're
Okay.
going. Yep, you throw. Okay, that's good. It's just a little bit delayed.
The power
Okay, you throw it.
Surrender to my will.
Keep damaging the Ana.
Little Karula.
Good coalescence. But let's
Your
see.
strength
Let's see if this was.
fades.
Yeah, but I was dragged in.
Power of destruction.
Yep. Again, same with your orb here.
Uh-huh.
When you know that you're at 99 to your ultimate or 90 right here, when you see that you're 95 to your ultimate and you're about to throw an orb which is going to get you up to 100%, and you see that you're being damaged and you need your coalescence because you're going to use it anyways here, you need to be just spamming Q so that there's not this delay, because you actually get self-healing from your ultimate. So that self-healing is going to keep you alive, and the speed's going to keep you alive, which you don't press your ultimate, you have it, and then you don't press it for 1, 2, so you don't press it for like 2 seconds, which is going to mean that now you're at 18 HP when you start this, whereas before when you could have pressed
Your
it,
strength
let's see where you're at when you could have pressed it.
The power
When you
of
could have pressed it, you would have been
destruction.
at 80. So you had 80 more HP.
That would be a 130 after 1 second, right?
I don't know what the
I think
I don't
that
know what the
self-healing is like
self-healing
50 per second. Like what I've seen.
yeah, I don't know the exact numbers for that, but I wouldn't imagine. I don't think it's 50% because look how fast you die here.
Surrender to my will.
Yeah, you healed up to like you went from 1 to 18 in about a second, so I wouldn't think it's 50, but it's definitely is something. It keeps you alive. And if you used it faster there, then you live. Same with the orb. Okay, they're all 1 HP in there. Full HP, full HP, full HP, full HP. Now we just wasted half of our meter. Okay, push forward ahead of your tanks. Don't push forward ahead of your tanks there. Let them send in front of you. When you see that she's critical right next to you, and if you don't see it, then you should paying attention to it more. But you see she's critical. Use the heal orb rather than the damage orb, and then focus on the healing. Because she just got demeched right in front of you when you could have healed her up.
This will improve your condition.
60 seconds remaining.
I require assistance. Your body decays. Kill the Mahal.
Dragon consume you.
Surrender to my will.
Victory.
It's just victory when you lost.
No, it's a loss. Team 2 is the other team. We lost.
Yeah, I know. I said if said victory while you lost, which is funny.
No. It's Team 2 wins. It's that team. I'm on Team 1.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Rise
just
to
saying that
stand
while
by
you
side.
lost, it still said victory, and the thing said victory. It goes Team 2 victory. Alright. Okay, so we just spent almost an hour and 10-minute VOD. Let's give me a code to whatever one you thought was best next.
Wait, you said how long have we spent? So now,
Can you re-say that?
like how long have we spent until now? Like
Right now we're 6:53. We started at 5:53, so we're an hour in. Actually,
Okay.
oh yeah, we're actually. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we're an hour in. I forgot we started I thought we started into 6. So yeah, we can do that. 20 minutes of quick play, and then
Yeah.
after that, I'll get you those notes. Do
Cool.
you want the recording to include the quick play or not?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And 1 second, I'm gonna hop on my alt, and then I will friend request you. PTR update. I wonder what that is.
Which one?
Is it PTR update?
The PTR. Wait. Oh, that echo, right?
No, there's a new one after that.
Oh, that echo thing. I
Hmm.
tested it on the PTR. It's pretty cool actually.
Hmm.
That one got pretty high. Like, when you copy someone else, you got pretty fast ultimate charging speed.
Yeah.
Like a Hanzo critical hit on the training ground on the practice range. You got 83%, 81% of the ults charging.
So a streamer got 10 pulse bombs in the duration of one ultimate.
That's 15 seconds. That's 15 seconds.
Yep. 10 pulse bombs.
Dude. I can only got 2 Hanzo ultimates.
No, it was in training range, and it was with a hog who was getting healed, but it was still 10 ultimates.
10 ultimates, dude.
All right,
That's...
let's 1 second. I'm getting your BattleNet off of Fiverr. Yep. So I guess I just sent you a request. You're on American servers, correct? Yes. No.
Yes.
Alright. Or NA.
Like, see your time. See your time. You're in the East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Might share the group.
Wow.
And do you
that's
wanna?
that's a master, or that's a top 500.
Right. What I'm at right now. This is top 500.
Oh yeah, that's the like the pure gold color of your icon border.
I'm confused. Where are you looking at to see what my rank is? That just my career profile?
So no. So you remember you showed me that the tap healing when you're watching that video. I saw that I saw that on the bottom left. Because you opened the practice range of yours. So yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So on my main right now, on this account right now is 100 SR, but my main, but this one's 4300. My main is 4200. I lost 100 SR today.
Wait, so do diamond and above players? Oh yeah, they lose skill points if they don't play, right?
I can't remember if they changed that or not. I can't actually, because they turn that off. They turn the K off, but I can't remember if they turned it back on. What role do you want me to play? Or does it matter to you?
It's fine. You can play.
I'll just queue for anything if that's so that we get fast queues.
Well, you can play damage actually.
Do you want to see me on damage? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I can see your damage. Cause I saw that video on YouTube. For Genji. That YouTube you show that someone reviewed your coaching. Like I saw that you're coaching on Genji. That's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that he didn't say anything to me though, which is pretty funny. So I guess before we start the chit chat, were there any questions that you had about anything we went over?
Well, not quite for now, because those are just problems that you have to practice more to not do that again, and then eventually you will not do that. I think that's the thing. I might got more questions than why on further sessions why I might ask about damage rolls because I do pretty bad on that. Well, I'm bad. I'm actually pretty bad on positioning on damage rolls because my friend told me for a lot of damage heroes you should stand on somewhere higher, like a higher ground, or you should use their passives. For example, Hanzo or Genji to try to damage to try to do some damage on the higher ground instead of doing them on the main path or in the hallway, something like that.
Typically, most heroes will benefit from high ground. High ground gives both. Here, what are you? I'm the leader, right? I'm gonna bring us to practice range real quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So, high ground. Go Ryan for a second. I'm just gonna demonstrate this real quick.
Cool.
Go Ryan real quick. Reinhardt.
Which one?
Reinhardt.
Oh, Reinhardt. Okay.
Just go Reinhardt. Alright, now come here and try to swing at me. Exactly.
Like this?
Yep, exactly. You're not gonna be able to hit me. So, high ground gives you the advantage of about a fourth of the characters in the game not being able to damage you, and then the other half of the characters doing a lot less damage to you. So, high ground is going to be good in taking less damage, but then also allows you to control your engagements and basically pop up whenever you want, because now you can control when you start the fight, basically. Alright. Do you have any particular hero you want to see me on, or?
Anyone you like.
Anyone I like?
Maybe,
okay.
yeah.
Let's just start play some Genji here.
Okay.
It just says you left the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Lucio. This one's kind of easy. This one's like, I think this one is like generally technically it's kind of easier to do, but because it innately it heals the surroundings. But it's another thing that I could practice is the positioning.
Yep.
Because because you have to stay close to your teammates in order to heal them.
Yep, exactly. You have to make sure you're not going in front of your teammates, but then you also need to make sure that you're staying next to cover at all times too, because cover is a big thing. You want to have that option to get behind something. Go ahead.
I like play Lucio on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, oh.
What happened?
Well, I got bullied. What rank is this? Is this lobby? They have a Junk Hog Kree. I don't know if I can Genji into that.
Oh, see, I can see our Moira is having this similar problem with me. I saw her. Wait. I saw her done a lot of
Nice job. Double kill.
I saw her done a lot of okay, yeah, tap heals. Okay, yeah, okay, I saw her tap heals. Cool.
I require healing.
My ultimate is charging.
I just remembered I have my sound turned down like basically all the way.
I'm on fire.
Surrender to my will.
Oh, 3K blade.
The payload has reached the
So are you say you're on spring break, are you college or high school?
College.
Alright.
That's why I'm kind of busy.
Oh, pretty just fragged there. Oh, that was poor
Okay.
reaction time on my side. I didn't turn around because I thought.
I think I haven't used my ultimate. I should use my ultimate, but I don't want to spam it. Like as McCree uses his ultimate, I don't want to like simply die from 200 HP. But like without I just don't want to waste that ultimate.
Yeah, it's
So that's why.
yeah, McCree I knew
So
probably
that's
doesn't
why.
want to use
So
it
that's
for.
why I didn't. So that's why I didn't cast it. Although I know if I cast it.
When you're playing Lucio, you probably want to look for like what ultimate's the best ultimate to use it
Okay.
against. So that's gonna be Shatter. You can also use it for Tire. You can also probably use it for Hog too.
Okay, cool.
I need
Can you actually beat me in here? So I'm gonna after I get healed up, I'm gonna blade and then beat will help keep me alive.
Cool.
But I need to get healed
I
first.
require healing.
Alright. Can you go in 3, 2, 1? Nope. Whatever. Oh, I didn't get it. Did it cancel?
It canceled. It canceled. Yeah. That's my bad.
Fine. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's just go Doom here.
Only through conflict do we evolve.
It appears we have suffered a minor setback.
Enemy contact.
Oh.
What the heck? I mean, pinned into a corner by a hog.
Yeah.
Stay.
Sorry, I just killed myself and it's funny. Alright.
Okay, now I think I'm. Now I think I I think I.
You think you...
That's better.
I think I untangle my mouse cable so my turning looks more more smooth.
Meteor strike.
That's really good. Oh.
Heal me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh, no. Ash got me.
This will restore you. Approaching its destination.
Yeah. I'm gonna C9 them. Let's see if this will work. So, if you're not aware, a C9
Is there a reason
is
the
the
payload isn't moving?
term given for when you tap the point when they're not paying attention, or they give point up for free.
What was the term?
C9. I'm gonna go around them and get point
Oh.
from behind them here.
Oh, it's Cloud9. I thought it was League of Legends.
Yeah.
I thought it was League of Legends stuff. I have
Oh crap, our
ultimate.
team's making the push forward.
Surrender to my will.
What?
Okay, that.
Helden sterben nicht.
Are you alive for now?
Yeah, wait 1 second, I'm going around them. I had to wait till the
Is
fight was done.
payload stopped? Winners stay on the
Oh
payload.
crap, no, the Mercy is looking at me. Alright, well, I guess I can't do that. I'm swapping. They're being mean to me. I'm going Widow.
One shot. One kill.
Fire at will. Help me. Get into position. The ominous portent.
Oh, there's Junkrat.
Step right up.
I have my ultimate ready. If you want to cut in.
I mean, I'm on Widow now, so I probably don't need it personally.
Okay.
An expedience in the
Now I feel alive.
Nice game.
Good.
So we let's just what?
Let's see that. Okay. Okay. Tap healing. Okay. Cool. Oh. Okay. Tap healing.
surrender.
Okay. I can see that. Oh. Okay. Heal from the side. I get that. I get that from this one. I get that from that one. Like that moment. Okay. So you stand on someone's side and then you heal them. Like if you see your teammates are online.
Yep.
Something like that. Okay. I get that. Okay.
Alright, we can do one more. Then I gotta go get those notes for you. I'll queue up for. Oh wait, I'm just gonna queue up for everything here. We'll probably get a fast game.
Yeah.
Arriving at Chateau Gia.
Oh,
What's-
it's not
I'll be
What's this
watching
map?
over.
Chateau Gilliard.
Oh, that's a death match. That's not a Okay, it's waiting. Okay.
You feel that? Need some help? Oh
Oh, that's a death match. So that's 1v1, right?
That's what?
Time to accelerate.
That's like 1v1, right?
It's eight people.
Thing on. I am loving this.
Just oh, get. If you didn't know that, you can queue while you're, or you can go into games while you're in queue.
Welcome to Paris.
Oh.
Prepare to attack. Select
So I got
your
tank
hero.
this time. Again, any particular tank you want me on?
You can do whatever you like, or you can do D.Va actually, or the one you like. Yeah, D.Va's pretty good. I'm gonna apply what I have learned. Try my best to apply them.
Alright.
I'm ready to win.
So, well, right before I leave to go do the notes, we can schedule next session.
Yeah. When do you have time recently?
So we probably want to do it in a week or so. I'll look at my calendar when we go over that.
Cool.
Think you can keep up with me?
You have no life. Oh, there's the top 500. See that? Kimi Dori.
Mhm.
You know him?
No, I don't remember. I don't recognize the name.
But that's a top 500. That's a top 500 icon, right?
No, that's a diamond icon. That doesn't tell you what rank somebody is. It's just the level.
Oh.
So that just means they play a lot. Okay.
Barrier is fracturing.
I'm gonna need some healing when I come back here.
Okay.
Need healing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh,
Cool. Oh, okay.
need some more. Thank you.
Cool. I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. Heal. Because.
Routing power to forward shield.
Okay, I'm not in a good place, but.
Fully operational.
Okay.
Alright, right now I'm gonna go spawn camp their junk for a second time.
Where are you going?
To their spawn.
The objective must be
I'm gonna kill their Junkrat.
Oh.
Boosters engaged. Time to raise my APM. Bailing out.
Okay, I got the Junkrat. That's fine. I killed him 3 times in a row.
The objective is mine.
Sorry, that's always fun. That's not an actual tactic. Or not, it sometimes uses a tactic, but in quick play I like to just go into spawn and kill people.
Activating the barrier.
Reinhardt's 1 HP.
Yeah.
Objective must be taken.
Okay, I've used a lot more heal orbs this time.
Yeah.
I've used a lot more healing orbs this time.
And
Okay,
how's it working out for your resource meter?
That's pretty good. I haven't emptied the resource meter at all this time, like this game. Like haven't emptied them at all.
Or watch me do this. Come here. Oh wait, there's a Junkrat on the side. I'm gonna get him. Oh come on, somebody kill him. Watch.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
And then my regular sense. So that's from using my DPI button.
Oh, that's freaking fast.
A touch from afar.
APM 좀 올려볼까? Taking off this.
Oh, I just got an immortality field.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Now show them.
Crap.
Oh, that's my bad.
I'm gonna go Roadhog.
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
It'll allow me to carry a little bit harder.
I'm following the hog right now. I'm following the god right now.
Okay. Hey.
group up here.
Oh well, I'm not going with that guy. I'm gonna go off and kill things. Oh, that's...
Okay, I managed to escape it. Good.
Nice.
Good. Nice. Okay. Good. I learned something.
Alright, I got 2 things.
I've learned something finally. Oh.
Behind
Okay.
rocket barrage incoming.
I got a tick.
Justice. Tracer here. Wicked. Fire in the hole.
Nice.
Victory.
Good job. Yeah, I think I left shift and exit that gravity field from Zarya.
Nice.
Okay, all right. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna